Now make it very clear, once you purchase a gold decoder, you have to have an add-on device. And sometimes people don't realize that, but power has to come from somewhere. And to best describe it is what's happening is a metal wheel, dirt, and a metal track, well that's a capacitor. And just so that you understand what's happening, we are measuring, the gold decoder is measuring the resistance change, the change in the resistance and that capacitance. I know, really weird, you know, it's like hocus pocus. Josh, does it work?
It works fantastic.
Yeah, it really does. And one of the tests for it is, and you'll see it in my booth, I actually remove power, and people think, oh, it's just capacitor. No, no, you can control it on dirt. You know, there's where the difference is. When you ask a question over tapes and things like that, capacitance, you know, you can, that's just gliding over something, dirt or whatever, you're gliding, or there's extra power applied from the capacitor or something. We can stop it on dirt, start it on dirt, and blow the whistle on dirt, as long as your backup power lasts, which large scale is not going to be tremendously long, but you only have to get across the thing. Yes?
Certain locomotives and problems with power pickup due to axles and side frames.
Perfect.
A good contact.
Perfect. Yeah. So say you have poor pickup or lousy connectivity. That will improve it. There's many things that it improves. On my garden railroad, we wouldn't install anything without it. We even use battery backup. So we have, but we are, you know, large. Normally on HO, what are you using? The power ones? Power ones are about this big. So you got to get creative and N scale. Oh, the end of my finger. And you can use, by the way, the 3 amp, our 3 supercap one, it's called Power 3, on O scale. I mean on HO decoder, sized 1 amp decoders. So if you ever want to get creative, you can do that. But then it has to be in a, you know, trailing tender or something like that. So that's what's happening. We're measuring the resistance, change of the resistance in the capacitance around that dirt. That's all it says. So there are people who are totally mind-boggling blown away when they see me operate and control it on a piece of tape, or I actually move the power on one track completely. So come over and see that. That's, okay, Stan? Well, okay, go ahead. Everybody knows this. Our 3 systems. Okay. This is what we talked about earlier, access of all up to 2,000 and 1,024 CVs. The upgrade is important. One of the things that people don't consider is you've got to just consider and make a decision. Do you want to retain the value of your system? I suggest to you it's a good idea to do so, to keep your system up to date. Okay. How I described this earlier. Oh, the only exception is the 90s have to be programmed by me. There's only 3 programming units. It's flash, and there's only 3 in the world because they only wanted to build 3. They didn't want to make it a product. So that has to come in. The 90 throttles have to come in. So if you have a 90 throttle, you know, we don't kill you on the price of it, just that we have to do it. If in Canada, you could use our Canadian thing. At this point, I'm continuing to do upgrades. Yes, Dan?
What date did the version 3.6 come out?
3.6 came out December '08.
Okay, so we've already sent it in, say, a year ago.
Oh, no, you're 3.6.
Yeah.
Bob who?
Bob Nichols.
Oh, you're 3.6, yeah. Yeah, nothing has happened since then. Yeah. You're going to find that your system upgrades happen every 3 to 5 years. And we're not sitting on our laurels. We try to make improvements as we go forward. Now, I can't guarantee that next time go round that there won't be board replacement. Say if you just jump a giant jump into something big, like I'm not sure what Railcom they'll have, there possibly we share usually, and if there has to be a complete board replacement. There was in '97, we faced that. we were short memory. We had no longer enough memory. And what the customer paid 50 and we paid about 50, so it got to be even. So it's not always free or. Oh, that's what I was talking about, the asymmetric. That's our black, our asymmetric detectors. That's what they look like. Can't remember. Do I have any? Yeah, I do have something at the booth. I can't remember at this point. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. How I get it? You went the wrong way. I think we went, yeah. Okay, this is the description. When you look at your decoder chart, everybody can take one of these as I pass that around. You probably don't need it, but, and you can go ahead, Sam. That's us. I'm at 154. It's Mr. Lenz, and this is what the company looks like. Another announcement, I talked about the decoder programmer and the Ethernet, and everybody can take one of these. The Silver Series right here, remember, so all our decoders are new within a year. The Plus Series is what you need to ask about. And here's one more. Start that around, will you please? So, anybody have any questions? Because we did go through that really fast. And I have the new catalog, so do come by and get that. Thanks. But somebody had specific system questions. It was, boy. Well, you can talk. Oh, you have a whole list. Well, let's go through them. Let's go through them. So.
Okay, you're talking about these decoders. Are these Lenz decoders or are these decoders?
These are my decoders I was talking about. I don't make comments on other people's decoders. When I'll use.
Buy your decoders?
Oh, from dealers all over the country.
Okay, in Chicagoland, nobody knows Lenz. Seriously, every hobby shop I've gone to.
They can. We are distributed through Walthers also. Yeah. They can get it. Whether they choose to get it is another story. You're going to find that. This is my comment about dealers. They want to show what's on the shelf. And I do have Reynolds and Elburn, by the way, as a dealer. Any dealer who's a Walthers dealer can get our product. It's right in the catalog. You can just go prove it to them. Open up the Walthers site, and our number is 428. So you can look under, yes?
Do any of your decoders have sound or will they have sound?
Well, this is an interesting comment. Currently, no. But we produce O-scale decoders that do. They're not standalone O-scale decoders. Right now we have our drop-in board, our installed O-scale locomotives. You have to remember we're an O-scale company also. Track, rolling stock. They do exist, but they're not doing aftermarketing at this point. And I would really love it if somebody would make a sound decoder to go with our, sound board that go with our gold decoder SUSE interface. It'd be awesome.
There's no plan to embed.
No is a strong answer. I don't know what they're going to decide come. I'm always surprised that announcements come February. February is the big announcement time at Lenz. And so we never say never. Never say never. So today, I don't think there is anything. And besides which, one of the strengths of our system is, as you all know, maybe you don't know this, is our control of functions. And this is a $24 question because no one knows this. I'm always surprised. I'll ask, do you all know what latching, non-latching is? Okay, yeah. All right, and we have the latching on our LH90 and our LH100 to have all functions, 28 of them, latching and latching. Latching, turn the horn on, one button push. Turn the horn off, two button pushes. Okay, that's non-latching. Now I want to make that function non-latching or momentary. And I press it once, lift my finger off, one button push. And this is very handy for ditch lights, blow down, sounds is very valuable. With a Lenz system, we're I think one of the few systems that does that on every function per locomotive.
I believe you're actually the only system.
Okay. Josh was nicer than me. I could say that. He knows all the systems, so I never generalize. We really are?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, okay.
I think the other ones, they only get it on 2 or 3.
Yeah. Most systems, so then you're settling, I can't use the word, but I will. You're settling that you want to have your whistle on the non-latching. You want the whistle on the momentary. That's the typical one. Number 2, people want it to be lift, and you can feather it. But with us, you don't have to make a choice. So say you want all your diesels, number 2, to be latching, and 1, anything you want. So latching on a momentary or continuous and momentary, it's an interesting question that we have had that for a while, and on all functions. So say if you have a soundtracks decoder and you want to have several different momentaries, you can have 8 momentaries or all 28 momentary if you'd like. And why is it important is that when you have it in your throttle in your hand and you turn something on, why in your brain do you have to say, oh, I better go turn it off now? Say if your ditches are over and you leave lights on or something like that. It's very handy when you're going across crossings, grade crossings. So all you do is your ditches are on, let it go, they're off. Ditches are on, let it go, and they're off. And that's a real important feature for our system. We've always have excelled on function control.